Big Daddy's backstory varies greatly from the comic to the movie. In the comic, when Big Daddy and Hit Girl go to visit Kick-Ass at his house, they tell him that Big Daddy used to be a good cop and none of the criminals could pay him off, so they tried to kill him. They killed his wife, but he was able to escape with his daughter, Mindy, who's Hit Girl, and plotted his revenge. The movie tells this in the form of a comic drawn by John Romita Jr. Big Daddy was a cop named Damon McCready, and whose partner was this guy named Marcus. They were both good cops, and couldn't be bought off, so Fred D'Amico framed Damon for a crime, and Damon ended up going to prison. While he was in prison, his wife couldn't pay the bills, so she ended up overdosing on drugs, and this was hinted as a suicide. However, they were able to save their daughter, and his wife was pregnant, so they were able to save his daughter and deliver her. Mindy then went to go live with Marcus, Damon's partner, while Damon was in jail, and then once Damon got out, she went to live with him. Similarly, he plotted his revenge while he was in prison, and the whole Big Daddy Hit Girl thing is kind of where that picks off. So they're pretty similar stories, actually, when you get to this point. However, the comic version has a big twist. In the scene where Dave and Big Daddy are being tortured, Big Daddy reveals to him and the mob that this whole backstory was a complete lie. He was really just an accountant whose wife hated him, and he decided to run away with their daughter and make this exciting life for them. He had financed their last 10 years by selling back issues of his old rare collectible comics. So he was a big comic book fan, just like Dave is. So the only reason they actually targeted John Genovese is because they needed a villain, and this was all just some sort of a game. He wanted his daughter to have an exciting life and not to be like normal girls. So this twist makes the two backstories very different from each other. It's interesting because it is a surprise and it does provide a nice twist to it. However, it makes Big Daddy seem like a more irresponsible and pathetic character because he really has no valid reason to put himself and his daughter in such great danger. There's no jetpack in the comic book version of Kick-Ass, so I think the movie is one of the few comic book adaptations that's actually a little bit less realistic than the comic it's based on. Because of the whole jetpack thing, there's a scene with Kick-Ass mowing down a bunch of these mob guys with these machine guns that are mounted on the jetpack, and then he shoots Frank D'Amico with a bazooka. In the comic, Kick-Ass doesn't kill anyone. He only shoots a gun one time, and that's when he's shooting Genovese in the crotch to save Hit Girl. I kind of like the idea of keeping Kick-Ass from killing anyone. Early during the comic story, he says that he won't kill anyone, and that's one of his values. And I think it's good to have the main character not kill anyone because that's closer to how most people, me included, view that a superhero should operate. Also, if the movies did this and kept the main character from killing, it would help to steer away from criticism that the movie glorifies killing and violence.